BAE Systems believes that we can absolutely manufacture and build AMV 35s for Land 400 in Australia.
We are an engineering and manufacturing business that works in the defence, the aerospace and the rail and mining sectors.
We take it from the theoretical laboratory to testing out in the field.
Carbon Revolution is a company that has developed the world's first fully carbon fibre wheel for the transport industry.
Our primary role here in Australia is systems integration.
We look specifically at advanced repair techniques using additive manufacturing technologies and techniques.
We are in primarily the business of thermal processing.
Why is manufacturing so important to Australia?
For starters, it provides jobs.
I think manufacturing very much defines who we are.
It provides capability, provides technology.
We really want to do more than just dig stuff out of the ground, to be honest.
Australia has a very significant research and education sector.
And what happens is those great ideas tend to disappear overseas and other people commercialise them and then sell them back to us. I'm sure we can do much better than that.
In a high-tech advanced industry where we have an opportunity to add a lot of value, then I think absolutely we can be competitive.
Yeah, absolutely we're competitive. We have skills, we have capabilities, we have capacity.
Competing on value, not just competing on cost.
To be competitive in a global space, we've got to recognise that our competitors are not in Australia, our competitors are overseas.
And that sustainment phase is when customers are actually using their equipment, typically in theatre, could be in battle, and that's exactly when they need that really good local Australian support to support the Australian Defence Forces.
Australian content means we grow our skill base, we grow our capabilities and capacity so we can attack other projects as well.
We're going to spend billions of dollars on a national program like we are doing on Land 400 and other programs. That there would be an expectation that Australian industry has an involvement in that and we generate some benefit for our people.
So we can do other work that we can expand our business, across the world globally.
And I think that's almost a bit of a turning point for Australian industry involvement.
I do get concerned when I hear members of the government or members of the media or whatever downplaying Australian industry. We need to turn that round. We need to be proud of what we can do because the capability is here in Australia.
We're talking about a project for 30 years. We're talking about employing, our children and our grandchildren.
From the government's perspective, it's sovereignty. It's about having the capability reside in the nation itself.
It's a far more strategic decision than just one that's based around cost and economics.
I mean, these projects, they're not just for a dollar sign today. They're absolutely for the long-term future of our country.
It's the design, it's the knowledge, it's the ability to innovate, both process and product.
All integrated, designed, engineered, supplied on time back to the Navy by Australian companies.
Advanced manufacturing is not just about sparks and steel, it's about that design phase and it's a whole mindset. And I think there's a lot of companies in Australia that have that and have proved themselves to be successful.
We're transitioning a conventional product into a new material.
We are the sole supplier globally for these products and the products end up on launch canisters that end up on frigates and ships all around the world.
I talk about these guys a lot because I'm very proud of them as an Australian company and what they do.
If you go back to 1987, we started on the Anzac program, which was a technical transfer of naval combat systems from Sweden to Australia.
At the moment we're focused on the automotive industry. Our next two horizons are really aerospace and defence applications and industrial.
And now 30 years later we're over 370 people. We've delivered multiple systems to the Royal Australian Navy, culminating in the ASMD, arguably the world's most capable frigate in conjunction with BAE and CEA.
Because we want to do this in Australia, so we are minded to use an Australian supply chain, which encourages growth of our own national capabilities.
And if you can get a door open through a program like that and have a genuine opportunity to actually do that work, you can't buy that.
We want to be successful, so we need to be one step ahead.
And I think Australians are very good at moving rapidly.
To get through that first 5 or 10 years, that's an incredibly difficult task. To allocate resources without revenues coming in the door, that's an incredibly difficult task.
I'm really encouraged to see, seven of us around the table.
I love this conversation because if you're a successful business in Australia, you've fought really hard to get to that point because we have limited markets, we've got limited opportunities, but if you are really good and successful, the opportunities across the world are huge.
This in essence is encouraging us to talk to each other and that's what we need to do.
The thing I've come away from this discussion with is how positive we all are about the future and how positive we are about how we can take Australian manufacturing and engineering forward into the future world.